Hello everyone and welcome back again to our channel, Carly and Daniel Space. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing great, and I don't know when you'll be seeing this video, but I just want to wish you all a happy new month, and I pray that this new month will bring us the very best of life. And I want to thank my returning subscribers for always coming back to watch our videos. Just know that we love you guys and we appreciate you guys. And for those of you who are my new subscribers, you are highly welcome to this humble family. Just know that you cannot be in this family and your marriage will be having issues, or you'll be having issues in life. Hell no, because this family, we are family of God's children. We are we are we are made for signs and wonders in this family. Just know that we appreciate you guys, and you are highly welcome. That is all I can say to you guys. Today I have something very sweet to discuss, to share with you guys, how to keep the flame going in your marriage. Most marriages, before you know, it starts losing its flame. Like that desire, that burning flame that was there when you guys were planning your marriage, when you were cutting, doing all loved up. The moment after your wedding, everything starts the winding down, and you don't know what to do to keep the flame going. Even a marriage of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years is already this at this stage of your marriage is still considered that you're in your honeymoon stage. The first 5 years of your marriage, or the first 1 year of your marriage, or the first 2 years of your marriage is considered as a honeymoon kind of stage, where you are still all loved up, fresh, and all. My husband this, my husband that, baby this, baby that. But you see that these days, even that first 1 year or first 6 months of marriage, of being married, some person's marriage is already losing its sweetness, its yumminess. So today I have tips or a few advices that I can give to you, that I'm here to share with you, to help keep the flame going in your marriage. And if you want to know what I am here to discuss with you, please sit back, go grab something nice, something tantalizing to keep your mouth going, to keep yourself going, and I will be right back. If you apply these things, or these qualities, or abilities, I don't know, anyone you want, just choose. But if you apply these elements in your marriage, I promise you that your marriage, the flame will just kick off, will come back to what it used to be, and you are going to enjoy your marriage as if you just got married. And number one element that you should always learn to incorporate in your marriage is laughter. I see no reason why couples should not sit down and laugh about things. I wonder, I don't know how to explain it so that you get what I'm saying. Some persons, they cannot mess fat where their husband is. Oh my goodness. If you cannot fat in the presence of your husband, then whose presence are you going to do that? My presence. See, me that you're seeing that is talking to you. I can even find myself and my husband will use it as competition in the house. If he mistakenly just release one, I'll just tell him, bros, you are looking for trouble. Because I will make sure I'll go and eat things, I will make my own smell, and I'll be releasing it in the night. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm just trying to let you guys understand something. That is how we roll at home. We laugh about so many things. So many things. You, as a couple, you should be able to laugh about certain things. In that way, that flame in your marriage will just keep burning. It can never go down. It keep on being sweet. You should be able to laugh at it. You should be able to to see a sense of humor in certain situations. It shouldn't be everything. You just take it so serious, so serious, so serious. Let me give for example. recent, I started calling him Dr. Hyacinth. In fact, that is his guy name. Anywhere I see him, I call him Dr. Hyacinth because that is his new pet name from me. I don't know what happened that fateful morning. I think I did something or I said something. And he said that I should be like him, that his sense is high. So meaning that my own sense is low. Abi? I said, no wahala. Me, I don't want to have a high sense that when I go to UK, my sense will be high. But in Nigeria, yeah, should leave the low sense that I have. And I said, okay, since himself is high sense, henceforth, that his name is going to be Dr. High Sense. And this thing that we turned into a joke was something that was supposed to make me feel bad because it was an insult telling me that my sense is low. But I didn't see it that way. When he said I have a low sense, okay, you that have a high sense, thank God. Since I have a low sense, then you that have a high sense, you should have been able to handle the situation, but he still did not do it. So I started calling him Dr. High Sense. This is what that is expected in marriage. For you to keep the flame going in your marriage, you should be able to see a sense of humor in certain situations. It shouldn't be all tug of war in your marriage. If not, the flame will just down. Please, I really want to beg your pardon in case you see that my lighting is going off and on. I don't know what is happening. And I'm using the natural light, so I don't know why it's fluctuating here and there. So, friendship, yes. Friendship is another important element to incorporate in your marriage. In as much as you are married, each of you deserve to have your own friends. Yes. Have your own friends that can attend to your social needs, that can attend to your other needs outside your married life. You see some persons they don't have friends outside their husband. Yes, your husband should be your best friend because these days we know that we cannot really trust people out there, but there are still some good few persons out. You should have friends, your own individual friends. I, for example, I have my own friends that my husband knows about. They come to the house to visit me, and whenever they come around, my husband comes around. We just chit chat, but they are my friends, and he in turn has his own friends. Whenever they come around, I still come out. They are not my friend per se; they are his friends. But when they are around, I still come there. We sit, we gist, we talk, and life goes on. And I can go out to pay my friends my a visit by myself. Him can also do the same, and collectively as couples we have friends together. So my friends are our friends. I don't know if you understand. These people I met them, they are my own friends. Being that they are my friends, I brought them to the house, and my husband got to know them. They are not his friend, but they are people that when they are around we share companies together. And we have a friend, somebody who is my friend initially. He was my friend. Okay, she was my friend initially when we were both single, and she got married a week after I got married. So we ended up a kind of, we are, I would say now we are, she's now my friend, but rather we are each other's friends, like family friends now. But myself and the lady was friend before we each of us got married, and we brought our husbands together. So now, from being my own friend, she has become, or her family has become our family friend because we are their son's God parents. So being married does not stop you from having your own personal friend because you cannot meet each other's social needs completely. If you think you can do that, and I say it to your face that your marriage will become boring. My husband loves athletics, loves football, loves sports, but I am not that kind of a person. So I cannot satisfy his need in that area of sports. I can only go and watch, but he will not get that like 100% support from when it comes to sports. So he can get friends who are into that line that he can enjoy sporting with. So if you think that because you are married, you shouldn't have your own personal friends, then you are making a mistake. But when having personal or individual friends. It make sure there's people who are sensible, who are God fearing, that has integrity, so that you don't have friends that will end up ruining your marriage. Number three element to keep the flame going in your marriage is involvement. We get to we tend to get committed to those things that give meaning and purpose to our life. Oftentimes, couples tend to find sense of purpose inside and outside marriage. For example, you tend to find purpose and commitment in your office, in your choice of career, in the church, in the club, in sporting, and a mutual involvement in these activities tends to keep the flame going. It helps to keep your marriage from being boring. If you share the same like everything together, sincerely, a time will come, your marriage will be bored. You get what I mean? It's going to be both. But if each of you, in as much as you have, both of you have a kind of similar interest, but you are not twins. Even twins have identical twins have different different interest area of interest. So you should be able to get involved in the area that interests you. You shouldn't always do what follow that part because your husband is this, then you should do that. No, you should find out what gives you a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging as an individual, so that you will have something to keep you going, to keep the flame going in your marriage. Now, let's say, for example, I love cooking so much that I can spend my whole life in the kitchen. And you have a husband who is not into that kitchen. There's no need to drag him into that area. If your husband is the type that loves sporting, you should face that area. So when you both get involved in your mutual areas that give you sense of belonging. When you come back to the house, you have things to share, you have things to discuss, you have things to laugh about, your experiences in your various areas of interest. In this way, you keep your marriage going, you keep the flame in your marriage alive. And number four element in this journey of keeping the flame going in your marriage is sex. Sex, sex, sex. There is no marriage that does not come with sexual satisfaction, sexual fulfillment. Any marriage that this thing is lacking is ready going down the drain. Yeah. So, sexual fulfillment is an expression of shared intimacy. In order for it to be fulfilling and satisfying, it needs love. It's most times some couples becomes nonchalant concerning this area of their marriage, hence causing the flame in that marriage to go down. You shouldn't see sex in your marriage as a kind of chores, as a kind of obligation. No, you should see it as something that you love doing, something you want to do, something you should be eager to, just the way you are eager to go out there to the things you find you are eager to go and do. The same way you should be eager, you should be happy, you should see that area of your marriage. In fact, you should hold it with a strong arms. It shouldn't be monotonous. It shouldn't lack that excitement. It shouldn't be a kind of a routine stuff. It should be, just let it be spontaneous whenever each of you feel like. And if you don't feel like, you should be able to communicate to your partner in love and in respect, and also try to make it up to that person. You should try to spice it up, experiment. That is why you are married. Experiment in so many areas that is okay for you and your partner. In this way, you will keep that flame going. Most marriages has lost that value, that excitement, that that spice, because People consider these things as a minute part of their marriage, but actually it is a very, very essential part of your marriage. You should be able to make it, be creative. Yeah, let me just use that language. Be creative when it comes to the sexual part of your marriage. Be creative with it. Let it be spontaneous whenever you feel like. Don't make it look like a routine. It's something you are being forced to do. No, you should be willing and happily, in love, in totality, in anything you can think of. Keep it going so that the flame in your marriage will keep. You know what I mean? Number five element to keep the flame going in your marriage is sharing. There's no friendship without giving and taking. But if you are in a relationship, in a marriage relationship, that you are always taking, and you have nothing to give back in that marriage, a time will come that marriage will meander. So you should be able to establish a relationship that you have something to give and there's something to receive. It shouldn't be from one, and there should be a mutual sharing, a mutual give and take relationship. You should have something to contribute on the table. And this is specifically, I'll be speaking to my fellow women out there. Have something to contribute in your marriage. Most young girls these days think that they have breasts, they are fine, they have nash, they are good in bed, they, oh, like what again? They can cook. Is These are the only things they have to contribute in marriage. No, you should be mentally stable, you should be intelligent, you should be God fearing, you should have something doing to support your partner, to so that you will have something to give while you receive from him, so that he will also have something to receive from you. Shouldn't be obiageli. You should be odoziako, the one that has come to help the man grow. Shouldn't be the one that have come to it. And also, men, have something to contribute to your wife, so that your wife will appreciate you. And also, in regard to sharing, you should be able to spend quality time together. Spend quality time together. I know that most of us are out there hustling, trying to make our ends meet, but we should also create time to spend with each other. In that way, you keep the flame going. Yeah. Let's take, for example, if you are married to a man, a woman that his or her occupation or job or career doesn't give that much time to be with you, just make sure that whenever that person is off, always work. You that is at the other end, that is a little bit freer, should always try to work around that person's um, time when the person is free, so that you can have time to spend. Let me take, for example, my own marriage. I am married to a doctor. For those of you who will be seeing this video for the first time, I am married to a medical doctor, which practically means that he spends most of his days in the hospital. And there are some nights that I spend myself. There are some days I spend the whole day from morning to night. Let's say practically in a week, I'll have like a day, a whole day, one day in a week that I spend the whole day with him. So, and if I'm lucky, it falls on a weekend, glory be to God. But if that day falls on a working day, when me will be at work, since I work 8 to 4 or 8 to 5, and my own working schedule is a kind of flexible. Yes, I work 8 to 4, but it's kind of flexible. When the days he's off completely, that he's at home, I try to come back earlier than 4 o'clock, since I know that the following day he will be going to work as well and I will be going to work as well. I try to come back earlier than 4, so that I can spend more time with him. Yes, that is how, because he cannot adjust his own schedule to meet mine. I work Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, except on public holidays when I get to be in the house. Like as I'm making this video today, which is a public holiday, he has gone to work. Why? I am all by myself. So it means that probably before we may see today, we may be in the evening. So you see what I'm saying? So you try to create time to be together, to share your time together, which helps to keep the flame going. Yeah. Another element to apply in your marriage is integrity. Integrity is very, very essential part of a relationship, essential part of keeping the flame in that relationship going. For a relationship to be trustworthy, for it to even grow, both of you that are involved in that relationship has to be genuine and trustworthy. In that way, the flame in that relationship will never, 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 never go down, because nobody wants to be in a relationship or in a friendship with someone that is not trustworthy, someone that is not genuine, someone that you doubt their words, their if they tell you good morning, you have to check your time to be sure if you are actually in the morning. No. In that way, if you're that kind of a person, your relationship, even in marriage, in outside life, social life, will go down the drain. So to keep your flame going in your marriage, you have to have integrity so that your relationship can be trustworthy. Another element to keep your marriage going is communication, talking, talking or communication. Couples should be able to communicate with each other. Communication is a process of keeping in touch in a way that each person or each spouse knows what thoughts and feeling that the other person is experiencing. If you don't communicate properly or appropriately, you may not be able to understand each other. You may not be able to key in with this person's emotional needs, emotional stability. You won't even be able to understand when this person is going through this, when this person is going through that. You should be able to understand. The more we know each other, the deeper will be our level of understanding, caring, and hence leading to a more fulfilling and lasting relationship. So communication in every relationship is much more than just verbal talking. You should be able to know what each other thinks, how they are feeling at every particular moment in their life. You should have, let's say, for example, you are married or you're in a relationship and you don't even know when your partner is happy, when your partner is sad, when your partner is having some difficulties, then you are not in a relationship. You should be able to know when, okay, if you've developed a very good communication skill, you'll be able to know when you come back from work and your wife or your husband is quiet. And this is someone that on a very normal day, he or she is not the quiet type. It's not usually quiet when you come back from work. And you discover that you return that day, that person is quiet. You should be able to understand, because if you've been communicating the way you should be able to know that something is actually wrong somewhere. So you should be able to know that something is actually wrong and find out what the problem is. But if you lack communication, you may not be able to figure out. So you won't be able to figure out when something is wrong with your. So communication is a very, very important element to keep the flame going in your relationship. And another element to keep the flame going in your relationship is love. Love, Love, is an Love has to do with a feeling of deep, a feeling of an intentional, deep concern and care towards another person. And in fulfilling this, and in fulfilling this concern, that individual will always find a way or a means to care and provide for the other person's need. These are ways you show your love towards your partner, towards your friends, by showing a genuine concern and trying to provide for to the best of your ability and trying to help out to the best of your ability in any situation that they find themselves. You should be someone they could easily come to when they find themselves in certain situation. The last but not the least of the elements to incorporate in your marriage to keep the flame going is adaptability, which simply means accepting the individuality of your partner. Accepting the individuality of your partner. What do I mean by this? Allowing them to be who they are. Don't change them. You see some persons getting married to someone and they're trying to change them. You have to dress with, let me use this for example. You have to, somebody, okay, let's take for example, someone like me, I don't usually wear makeup. This is me on a very normal day. This is how I live my life. This is how I move. I am not against makeup. I love it, but I don't know how to do it. And I don't have the patience and the time to wake up because I'm going somewhere to wake up 5 o'clock or 3 hours earlier to come and start dressing my face. I don't have the time and I don't have the luxury of that time. I don't have the luxury of that time to do that. But so imagine somebody coming to meet me. You are seeing me that I am just this way. I don't put on makeup, and you are trying to force me to start doing that. It means that you are not accepting me for who I am. If you want to go into a relationship with me, you have to accept me from me, not trying to force me to become you in my own skin, in my own body. In that way, you end up losing the and the value and uniqueness of your partner. You tend to lose that aspect in that relationship. So accept each other's individuality and try to go know how to go around it. Except there are certain things that are bad that you feel okay, this thing shouldn't be, then it's fine to point it out so that the person will change. But not changing. Now you get married to a woman who doesn't wear trouser, who has never worn a trouser, and you know this person doesn't wear trouser, and you are getting married to that person, and you are going into a relationship with that person, and your intention, you will not, when you are already in that relationship, the person has given his or her whole heart to you. You are not trying to force your own personality upon that person. You are making a mistake. A time will come that relationship will lose its value. Yeah, and the flame will quench. So accept individuality of each other. Allow your partners to be who they are and enjoy it. And you as well be who you are. Also, in regards to adaptability, you should allow your partners to do whatever they want to do. That is morally, socially acceptable. So if you want to keep the flame going in your relationship, then you have to learn to adapt. Have to learn to accept your partners as they truly are. And the last is tolerance. Tolerance. Yeah, you held me right. Tolerance. So if you want your marriage to keep going, you have to learn to tolerate each other. Tolerance means acceptance, accepting your partner's weakness, hence allowing them to be the human, just as they are. That is tolerance. So if you claim to tolerate your partner, If you want the flame in your marriage to go, to increase, to, you know what I mean, then tolerance should be part of the elements you have to practice or incorporate in your relationship. What do I mean? Acceptance, allowing the other person or your partner to be human just as they are. And they also should allow you to be human just as you are. And if at this point you haven't subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you are waiting for. Please subscribe to this channel. And when you subscribe, hit that notification button to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And I will see you in the next video. Always remember that Jesus loves you. He cares for you. And I will see you in my next video.